All right, welcome to the Facebook fan page method. We're going to talk about how to create massive fan pages on Facebook that help your content go viral. Now, sometimes it's best to keep business and personal separate on Facebook. Would you agree with that? See, in this training, I'm going to teach you how to build your business using Facebook fan pages, and that allows you to separate your personal stuff from your business projects. That might be a good idea, especially if your Facebook is mostly for family and for personal friends. Or maybe you have a conflict of interest with your day job and your home business, meaning you don't want your boss to see everything having to do with your business. Look, whatever the case may be, the solution can be to build everything from a fan page. So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through some tutorials here, and I'm going to show you all the steps it's going to take to be able to set this up. So we're going to go ahead and start off with part one, setting up your fan page. Okay, so you're ready to set up your Facebook fan page. Now, why are we sitting here on this page? Well, I've gone to facebook.com/help because in this section, this is really going to be one of your most valuable tools at your disposal. As you can see here, there's just tons and tons of information to help you on Facebook, but I want to draw your attention to the word pages. If we go ahead and click on this, this is going to give you a lot of stuff here. It's going to give you page basics. It's going to go through a lot of basic stuff here, interacting with pages, different things that you can do, managing a page, verifying. So we're going to go to managing a page for this information, and you can see this will answer a lot of your questions here about how admins work, about different responsibilities. For the sake of setting up your fan page, the topic you should go to is policy questions. Okay. Now when you go to policy questions, you're going to find out what page names are allowed on Facebook. How do you change your page name later? Different guidelines and stuff like that. Guidelines for cover photos, stuff like that. So what page names are allowed on Facebook? And you can see here there's a lot of things they don't allow. So just take a couple minutes, maybe 2 minutes, and read through this real quick. You know, a lot of basic things are going to be improper capitalization. They're going to flag it, or using symbols. Just some really basic stuff, but read through it. Otherwise, you'll be frustrated trying to create your page. Now, assuming you're ready to get going, it's as simple as going to google.com. And the reason I want to go to Google is so that you can easily find this anytime you need to, which is just simply create a fan page. How simple was that? It's going to bring up a lot of results. You're looking for the one that's the official Facebook page, facebook.com/pages/create. You go ahead and click on that. It'll take you to this screen here. You could set up one of these 6 categories, whether it's a local business, a brand or product, cause or community, public figure, you name it. Now in this example, I'm going to click on brand or product. Okay, so I'm going to choose a category. For my brand or product, I'm going to choose website. And then for my brand or product name, let's see if I can do one without getting flagged, of course, for a weird punctuation or something. But for my brand name, I'm going to keep it simple. Chris Record, and we're going to see if that dash gets allowed, social media coach. Okay, something that simple. Now that should get allowed, but you never know. That's why it's good to read those things. And then you can go through the Facebook pages terms right here. So let's go ahead and see if they accept it. And usually they do. If it's loading like that, usually it'll throw a warning up here if they don't accept it. Okay, so here we are. Set up Chris Record Social Media Coach. Now, as you can see here, there's a few things to do. I can set up the About section, the profile picture. I can add it to my favorites, and I can advertise. Now, just real quick, do not advertise. This is definitely not the way you want to do it. This is for rookies and amateurs. You're going to be smarter than that. As far as adding it to your favorites, sure, do that. You could always come back to this stuff. So for now, we're just going to skip it. You can always come back and you can set this up later. And your profile photo, we're going to skip that, okay? So you can add it to your favorites just like that. And it's going to show up on the top there so you can easily reference it. And there you go. Create an ad. We're going to go ahead and skip this section. There's no reason to do that. And just like that, I have set up my page. It's going to walk me through a quick little tutorial. I could just skip this. And actually, you don't even have to skip it. You could actually just go through the tutorial. It's actually pretty cool. And then you can hide this if you want, and you can show it, okay? And by the way, if you get this option for the new layout, you might be watching this after it's mandatory, but if not, you can join the wait list for the new layout. Okay, so there you go. I've got a blank page. This is my blank canvas, and I am ready to go, ready to get started. All right, let's jump into part 2, choosing a profile picture. Okay, so let's talk about getting your profile picture together here, and you've got your new page that you just set up. All you got to do is click here on add a profile picture, and you could take one. I recommend just going and finding one and uploading it. So I'm going to go ahead and click on upload photo. I've got one right here, Chris Record Square, and it's just going to go ahead and load it in. It takes just a second, and once it loads in, now you have your profile photo. Now, I just want to show you real quick a couple cool things you can do with that. You could go to a site called clippingmagic.com, And you can actually go here and you can choose that same photo or any photo that you want of yourself, and you could actually have some fun with it. Now, the way Clipping Magic works is you put green on all the areas you want to keep and red on the areas you don't. So in this case, I just might put green all over there and all over there. I could actually take my time and get really detailed if I want. For this example, we're going to go very, very, very fast, okay? So we're going to go there, going to go around, and there you go, just to show you. Okay, so it would look something like that. Now I just take this red and I just go around it like that. And you'll notice on the right, you'll notice how it's making it transparent. So I find any areas that I don't want and I make them transparent simply by putting the red over it. And you'll kind of see, now again, I could get really detailed if I want. I'm just going to keep this one very, very simple. So there you go. I got kind of a very simple cropped image. And then I'm just going to download that and save it to my desktop. And there it is. It's right on my desktop. And now I'm going to go back here and I'm going to add a profile picture. I'm going to upload it. I'm going to take this new one that is cropped, okay, and I'm going to upload that and kind of show you. It's just a very cool thing that you can do, and now I kind of have it. Now, of course, I could have made it a little bit better, but that kind of can pop when you're making your posts, when you're doing your stuff down here. That image will pop a little bit more, and not only that, but I can actually add a transparent, I could add any background behind it, put the Hollywood sign, put whatever. So very, very cool stuff that you can do there. Very simple way to add a profile picture and clean it up and make it look pretty cool. All right, that brings us to part 3, designing your cover photo. All right, so we've got our profile picture in, and now we need our cover photo. There's a couple things I'm going to show you. The first is the very simple way to add a cover photo. For this example, let's just go to Google, and let's just type in like tropical wallpaper HD. Okay, now what it'll do is this will bring up high definition, wallpaper is like backgrounds. Tropical. You just go over here and click on images. It's really that simple. I wish it were more complicated, but you just go find an image you like. Maybe it's this one here, and you see if you can easily grab it. Now, usually you can easily grab it by clicking View Image. Sometimes you need to click on another site. So there it is, and let's just go ahead and save this image. We'll save it to our desktop, and now we're going to go back to our page and simply add the cover photo. So pick a unique photo there, and upload that photo, and we're going to grab that tropical one, and give it a second to load in. And once it loads in, it's going to ask us to resize it and kind of reposition it. So this is where you can kind of decide, okay, what do you like the most? What is the main thing you want to draw there? Maybe a blend of both of those, and simply save the changes. So just like that, our fan page is coming to life. This is what people see is a nice tropical background, your picture, and it pops off. Now, I'm going to show you one very cool thing that you could do, though. You can actually add, and you can design your own cover photos. Now, most of you are probably not Photoshop designers, so I'm going to show you a very, very simple way to do this. You can do this by going to PowerPoint. You can actually pull up PowerPoint. So in this example, I pulled up PowerPoint, and if you have Microsoft PowerPoint, this is how simple it is. Go File and go to Page Setup, okay? And what it's going to do is it'll bring up the option here on Page Setup for what width and what height you want your PowerPoint. So the cover photo width and height in inches is 11.35 and 4.2 is the height. So feel free to write that down if you want. 11.35 by 4.2. Now this gives you sort of a clean slate to be able to use here. So there's a lot of cool things you could do. I'm not going to really go into a big design tutorial, but I could go to slide background if I want. It's going to bring up this box here. I go to picture and then choose a picture. So now I'm going to fill it with something. Let's go ahead and fill it with that tropical beach wallpaper and then apply. Now it kind of stretches it out. I could do it a different way. I could crop the image, but in this case, who cares? I think it's pretty cool. And another thing I could do is I could actually add images on top of this. So let's do that real quick, just to show you the kind of power this is. Let's say I wanted to add one of my company logos. Let's go Team Take Massive Action. That's a team logo that I did a while back. Just grab one of these, view that image, and there you go, save image. And it's going to go ahead and save this Team Take Massive Action. Now remember, it's got to be transparent if I want to sit it there. So let's go back to our favorite site, our transparent images here, choose the file, and now I'm going to choose this Take Massive Action logo. It's going to load it in, and remember how easy this was to use? You just put green on all the areas you want to keep basically, and red on the areas that you don't. And if it's white in the background, look at how quick and easy that goes. And I can clean this up just a little bit if I want. You notice it didn't add those right there. Just kind of glance at it, it looks good. So let's go ahead and download that result right to my desktop, and we are good to go. Okay, so you see how easy that this is? Now let's go back to here, go back to our PowerPoint, and I can go to Picture, I can insert a picture, and I can go here and I could actually insert my new clipped background picture there. Now look at that, look at how cool that is. It clipped it out nice and neat. I can go and resize it, and I can kind of put this anywhere I want. Maybe I want to put my company logo or your company logo right there. And just like that, you've got it. Maybe you double click on it, give it a little shadow effect or something to kind of just make it stand off there just a little bit. So just like that, that's how you do it. And if you wanted to add text to your cover photo, you could simply add some text, like Chris Record, social media coach. And maybe you go, okay, that's just to use this toolbox feature over here. Every PowerPoint's a little bit differently, but I might just want to color that white. I might just want to change the font to something different, like Impact, make it a little bit bigger, something like that. Maybe give it like a line around it, something to kind of just make it pop off, make it just something really simple. Okay, there's black, there's different colors, there's red, there's so many different things that you can do here. I'm just giving you a couple examples. Maybe no line, maybe just give it a shadow, and just like that, Chris Record Social Media Coach. And let's go ahead and just kind of put that up on the corner there. Chris Record, Social Media Coach. So whether I like it or not, it's all just an example, okay? And then the last thing I'll show you here, I could save this as a picture right now, but I actually use a tool called Jing, which is Jing. Okay, I use a tool called Jing. You can just simply go to Google, and you can just do a search for Jing. Okay, so just do a Google search for Jing. It's this one here, TechSmith. It's a free screenshot creator. It's definitely a tool that you want. And so I could just use Jing. And with Jing, I could just pull it up, and I could actually just take a screenshot here of my cover photo. Okay, so I go like this, simply call it, Chris Record cover photo, and then just go and save it to the desktop. Okay, there it is on the desktop, and now I can go back to my page, and instead of this cover, I can upload a new one. I could upload the Chris Record one, the new one that I've just created. I just simply grab it over here, so I go my Chris Record cover photo. And watch how this looks. Look at the difference when this pulls up. So you see I can kind of do it right around, but you'll notice this showed up right on the top left. Okay, see how it's kind of just perfect, and then that logo's there. So just like that, that right there is a very simple way using PowerPoint, which is, basically everybody's got PowerPoint. And just like that, I have it. I've got a nice, look at how nice this is. Look at how it pops. It's very simple. It's very easy to do. Anyone can do this. You don't need fancy design skills. And I hope that that's been a huge help to you to get your stuff looking good right off the bat. All right, now we're at part 4, branding versus industry. And for this, I'm not going to show you a tutorial video. We're just going to talk about this for a second. Look, one of my good buddies and business partners, Aaron Rashkin, he posed this question a while back on his Facebook profile, and he said, is it better to brand yourself when you're just getting started, or is it better to leverage the credibility of successful people in your industry? Now, if you're brand new and you don't have much of a brand, I would suggest focusing more on the industry, especially to get you started. And this is very, very true when it comes to building your fan page. So while it might be great to call yourself, John Doe, internet marketing rock star, well, if you're not really an internet marketing rock star yet, or you're not a blogger yet that's very successful, whatever it is, why not make a generic page? Whatever it might be, make the generic page like 101 ways to advertise. And maybe your whole page is just every single day it's about different advertising strategies that are helpful to different people in the industry. It doesn't necessarily brand you and claim that you're an expert, but you can basically build a huge following of people, teach them different advertising strategies, and cultivate a great list. And you can do this with almost anything. You can do it if you want to build a golf audience, do it with golf tips. Right? And you could leverage the industry, leverage other successful people and their stories and their blog posts and stuff like that. So when it comes to branding versus industry, I usually recommend the industry until you build your own brand and you start making money. Once you've actually proven you can make money and you can help people, then it's time to start building your brand. But you could always create a new Facebook fan page at that time to help you do that. All right, that brings us to part 5. Value, 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 pitch. Now, when I first started, I got that wrong. It was pitch, 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 value. Pitch, 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 value. I was constantly pitching stuff, and people weren't biting. People were ignoring it. Have you ever looked at your sales pitch posts on Facebook, and they get 1 or 2 likes, and that's it? Well, what you want to do is you want to create value. So start serving people with free value, free value, free value. Not even necessarily links to stuff. Just give them tips. Make them want to follow your fan page. Make them want to come back often. And then once you've served them with enough value, slip in a pitch from time to time, right? That's the process. So remember, when you're building out the content on your fan pages, value, 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 pitch will go a lot further. That one pitch will be far more effective than trying to squeeze in pitches every other post. Okay, hopefully that helps you out right there. I know that helped me a lot. All right, that brings us to part number 6, using Facebook Insights. And I'm going to go ahead and jump into a little tutorial to show you how to do this. All right, so when using Facebook Insights, if you have a brand new page, it's probably not going to pull up insights right off the bat. So I'm going to go to one of my other fan pages here, the Walking Dead Fan Club. I'm one of the admins of this page. And I simply can go over here and click this little icon right here. So right on your page, you can click this little icon. You can also find it in the admin settings, but I can just click View Insights, okay? Now, when I go in here and View Insights, I can find a lot of really cool stuff out about my page, right? I can find the different growth and likes on my page over time. You know, I can kind of see this, how many people are coming and liking that page. I can look at the reach that I'm getting on everything. I can go in here and study. I can look at different visits and posts. I might want to go in here and look what are the most popular times that that people are seeing my posts. I can go in and see the engagement on different posts, okay? See how many people it's reaching on a different post and see what's going on. And I can look at the different types of people, the people that are reached. I can look at, you know, what the male versus female audience is and just so many different things. So Insights is what's going to tell you. Now, it takes a few days to catch up. So when your page is brand new, you won't have this. But as soon as you have this, this is a great way right here to be able to learn about your audience and start tailoring to them. Okay, it's especially important when you advertise, but even more important, you want to know what's going on your page. And guess what? This is the way to find that out. All right, hopefully this training was simple enough for you to take massive action. And don't worry about needing to have everything figured out. Just give yourself the opportunity to learn by experimenting, right? There's no better way than just to get out there and just roll your sleeves up and do it. Now, in the next module, we're going to focus on growing your fan base. And it doesn't happen overnight, but it also doesn't require much time every single day to do. So stay focused, stay consistent. If you build it, they will come. But instead of waiting for them to come, you should just go ahead and watch the next video module, because I'm going to teach you exactly how to buy real engaged fans for as little as a penny each.